Okay, so Coming to America Part 2. I did a review on that on this channel already. There's a link for it right there. If you haven't seen that, you'll get my opinion on it. Apparently, this film is just like, it's just creating such polarizing, it's crazy. It's like a Republican, Democrat, Trump versus non-Trump sort of thing going on online. It's like people who hate the movie vehemently hate it, and the people who love the movie, they loved it, and they're attacking the people who hate it, and it's really bad. But anyway, with all that said, I figured this is a good time to get into Coming to America 3. Is there going to be a Coming to America 3? Should there be a Coming to America 3? What would Coming to America 3 look like? What would it feel like? What should Coming to America have been? I'm going to tell you right now on Film Fan. Hey, welcome to Film Fan, my channel where I discuss film and all things film related. And if that is also your thing and you're new here to the channel, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you know when I put up new content. I appreciate having you here. All right, so Coming to America. I'm not going to rehash my thoughts on the film. Again, if you want to watch that video and see my review, my take on it, go ahead and knock yourself out. The video is on this channel. I want to talk about what it could have been script-wise and what we could possibly do for Coming to America 3. I got ideas. I got things happening here, and I figured I'd share it with you and on a test audience just to see. I'm pitching you the idea for Coming to America 3. Here it is. Exterior. Zamunda, Africa, day. The camera comes in from the sky. We pierce the clouds and make our way across the beautiful, lush landscape of Zamunda. We approach the royal palace in the distance. It looms over everything in the background. We come through a window where we find Hakeem and Lisa in the throes of passion. We find Hakeem and Lisa having breakfast with the royal family. That's the beginning. Look, here's what we do. We make this very female-centric. We make it based on the daughters. Now, they did a great job in Coming to America, where you've got this beautiful black family, you had all these beautiful black daughters, and they were strong women, and I love that. But let's take it a step further. Here's the pitch for Coming to America 3, or what Coming to America should have been. Mika, the oldest daughter, played by Kiki Layne, gorgeous Kiki Layne. She's, let's say, 17, 18 years old, and she's going to go to university. She's going to study, so she's going to go to America to go to college. That's where she wants to go. Now, of course, parents, naturally being parents, especially being a royal parent, and especially Eddie being Eddie and coming from his father and having that same kind of DNA, little apprehensive, not quite sure they want her to go to America. They want her to stay here in Zamunda, possibly go to some university in Africa, and they want her to kind of stay close to home and, be protective. But she's a strong black woman, strong black young sister. She wants to go to America. She knows her plan, and she's got a destination, and that's where she's going. So Hakeem and Lisa, reluctantly but lovingly, send her off from Zamunda International Airport, whatever it is, and she goes off to America. Now, when she gets there, she kind of fits into the whole, young black woman in America in this new university. She's a freshman. Now, of course, she's going to have a little more. She's going to have not rose petals being thrown around her. She's trying to fit in, but she does have like security, let's just say. Now, when she's there, she meets a boy. She falls in love with the boy. Could this dude, he may not be in school with her. Maybe he's doing something else. Maybe he's something that the reason why I'm suggesting that he might be what's called below her station is because we're going to need that for plot point later on. So let's just go with that for now. I don't want him to be a criminal or anything along those lines. I don't want to perpetuate any stereotypes. Maybe he's a writer. He's a poet, an artist or something. We don't know. We'll get to that. Point is, she meets a boy and she falls in love with a boy in America. Now, Hakeem gets word of the fact that she's got some boy back there. Why does this bother Hakeem? One, he's worried about his little daughter growing up. This is normal. You're overprotective of your little girl. She's away from home. She meets a boy. This boy, after being checked out by Hakeem and his, minions that do the work for him, finds out that this kid is not really on the up and up. Maybe he doesn't come from this great family. Maybe if you want to keep Leslie Jones and Tracy Morgan in this, Leslie Jones and Tracy Morgan are his parents. Now you got a legitimate black family, right, with a son. And that kid is now dating the princess, right? Hakeem's daughter, Mika. So we got something set up right there in America. We already got that going on. Now, perhaps something with Tracy Morgan, maybe an uncle or someone else in that family is doing some shady business, or there's something they're involved in. And it winds up having an effect on Tracy Morgan, the Leslie Jones, and their son, which ultimately affects Mika, the princess, somehow she gets wrapped up in something the wrong way, wrong place, wrong kind of time, wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. Now, Hakeem gets word of this, and Hakeem and Semmi have to go off to America. They got to go get Mika and bring her back to Zamunda because they don't want her in America. They don't want her with this boy. Now, if you think about it, that's normal. That makes sense. It all kind of just fits in because Hakeem would kind of take on a lot of the characteristics of his dad. The idea that, hey, you know, I don't want you over there and you have certain things you have to do and responsibilities as a princess and, you know, whatever, you got to stay in Zamunda. It's all about the royal family, right? That would be natural for Hakeem to be getting older and wiser and taking on that role of his dad. So he goes to America with Semmi. Now, of course, because she's in New York, this is the reason why we put her in New York. We put her in a university like Columbia, right? Makes sense. Or maybe she's going to be an artist and she goes to Parsons. Take your pick. Hakeem and Semmi are now back in New York. Now you get to visit the barbershop. You have plenty of reasons to be in Queens. You got plenty of reasons to do all kinds of things and revisit the same characters. And again, you can keep Leslie Jones and Tracy Morgan. You keep them there. If you want to create the witch doctor guy, you can back in Zamunda, keep him. Who cares? Just write it a little bit better. Make this a female-centered thing about the daughters. Make the struggle with Hakeem being, hey, I don't have a son, and my father is pressuring me about that, and tradition and law dictate that I have to have a son to take over the throne, right? Maybe he struggles with that, but at the same point, right under his own nose in his own royal palace are 3 beautiful daughters who one day will rule. And yeah, just like in Coming to America, where he changed the rule and decided to go against that, right? Perhaps he does the same thing here. Keep it about the strong female. Keep it about breaking tradition and making advancements and being more contemporary and being more progressive. We could still have those themes. We could just do it in a much better way. I think that Coming to America could have been much more focused on the daughters and the beautiful family and the relationship between Hakeem and Lisa. That's what I was looking forward to seeing, how they're getting along, what they're doing in the royal palace, how Lisa's adjusting to life over there, how her father's adjusting over there. Speaking again of the father, McDowell's, we don't have to put a McDowell's franchise in Zamunda with Louis Anderson dressed in African garb. You don't need to do that. You could just have Eddie and Arsenio when they're back over in America. They can visit McDowell's. They can stop by again. This all can work out pleasantly for everybody. This is what I think Coming to America should have been. But hey, Eddie, hit me up. Have my agent call your agent, whatever we got to do, whatever we got to work out. Okay, we can make Coming to America 3 and we can make it about this. Now, of course, when Hakeem and Semmi come to America, they get caught up. They try to get, you know, the daughter Mika to leave. She doesn't want to leave. Same situation as what happened with Eddie in the first one. Like he didn't want to go. His real love was there. Oh, I didn't even get to the best part. Go with me on this one. Let's keep Wesley Snipes. Wesley Snipes is probably one of the best characters in the movie, right? Let's keep General EZ from Nextdoria, except we're not going to call it Nextdoria. I refuse to do that. We're going to come up with a much more creative name for the country next door to Zamunda. Keep Wesley Snipes' character. In fact, roll with me on this one. His son is the one who is actually supposed to get with Mika. See, he's looking at it like, hey, I got a son. He can hook up with your daughter, and we're going to have this kingdom. That's probably what should happen. That's the way it should go. And it's kind of the familiar idea of the royal person being promised to someone even though they don't love the person, right? And they're supposed to get with that person based on tradition. That's what we got going on here. Similar thing, similar themes, similar characters, written a little better with a much better story. We can abandon the whole bastard storyline that Hakeem was date raped by Leslie Jones when they were out kind of traipsing around looking for love in Queens. Just dead that. We can dead that and have the same fun and visit the same characters. And if you want to have 20 million cameos by everybody and their grandmother in this movie, knock yourself out. I'm not against that. Let's keep it beautiful, people. Let's keep it beautiful, but let's make it even more female-centric. Let's make it about the fact that Eddie may not have a son, but he's got 3 lovely daughters, and he's going to learn a lesson by the end of this. And then you get the daughter comes back with the boyfriend from America. He comes to Zamunda. You have a beautiful wedding to top the whole thing off. Have a great celebration. You want to have En Vogue in there? Knock yourself out. You want to have John Legend singing? Doesn't make a difference, but you got a beautiful story. And at the end of that, you can close out with the idea that, hey, eventually, they're going to have a baby, and now we move on to Coming to America 4. Hakeem and Lisa are now grandparents, and let's see how that's going to work out. Who's with me on that one? Look, if If you like this video, let me know. If you like the actual idea, the concept for Coming to America 3 and my pitch, go ahead and hit the like button and that thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. And again, if you haven't subscribed and you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And let me just say one thing in closing. The whole idea of people's opinions and what they think of a movie and just being so hell-bent out of shape on this. We can't step on people's opinions, right? If you really love the movie, then you love the movie. You don't have to love the movie and claim that everyone who didn't love the movie doesn't know what they're talking about or doesn't appreciate comedy or they don't appreciate African heritage and their blackness. You don't need to do that. You don't need to attack people. Just like people who hated the movie, they don't need to say the people who loved the movie are stupid or you don't know good film. Let's just love one another. Let's just keep it real. We have our opinions. Sometimes it's very passionate. I think one of the beautiful parts about this, if I've taken any positivity out of it, is the fact that people were looking forward to Coming to America. So I think people are so passionate about it because you had this expectation. And for some of us, it didn't live up to it, like myself. And for some of us, it did, right? And we just want to talk about it. That's what this whole film thing, it's art, it's subjective. We have opinions. Let's love one another and be good, all right? Hit my microphone. Anyway, again, if you like this video, you like my idea for Coming to America 3, hit the like button. I truly appreciate that, and I will see you on the next Film Fan.